Hello and welcome to Back to School Night. This is the presentation for Global History 2. My name is John Fitzsimmons. This is my 7th year at Our Lady of Lourdes, my 8th year teaching. I've taught in the social studies and theology departments in my time here. For my undergraduate, I went to Siena College in Loudonville, New York, which is just outside of Albany, Franciscan College, Catholic college in the Franciscan tradition. There we go. I majored in political science, but minored in history. After that, I went to Marist College. I came back home for graduate school, and I earned my master's in education. My email, which I'll also have at the end of the presentation, that's how I can be reached through email as well as my phone extension. In Global History 2, the focus of this course is on the time period from roughly 1750 AD to the present day. So any issues that currently exist in the world, we will be addressing those. We'll be looking at the perhaps reasoning for why there is some conflict, where it finds its origin, and then perhaps what solutions can be there for those problems, but addressing the root cause of it. And so it's 271 and counting years of world history, and at the end of the year there's going to be the Regents examination, which is the new format, which is going to comprise of 28 multiple choice questions, stimulus based, which means that you'll have a short excerpt, an image, a map, and then the multiple choice questions are going to be based off of that. There's going to be 2 constructed response questions, so those of you that are familiar with the old Global Regents exam, or even the social studies in general, the formerly known as DBQs, and then there's an enduring issues essay, and that's going to be on a score of 1 to 5, and that's going to be scaled into the Regents exam. So obviously over the course of the year, we're going to look at the content of world history since 1750, but we're also going to look at the skills that are needed to succeed on the Regents exam and to get students to think like a historian, as we have with the buzz phrase there. In a usual day in class, we'll have a do now assignment. It might be a couple questions that are free response. It might be a couple multiple choice questions, stimulus based. It might even be a short reading with questions after it. So they're going to vary. The one thing that won't vary is how they're found. So they will be located in the modules for the course on Canvas. And there's going to be a subheading, do now assignments. And then in there, the students are going to find the do now for that day. And they'll complete that at the beginning of class. We'll briefly discuss it, and then we'll continue with the lesson, which will usually comprise of a lecture. Occasionally there'll be some classwork, and there's always going to be Regents skills practice, even if it's just posing questions during the lecture that get students to think critically and to use those above and beyond skills that will help them succeed, not only with the Regents exam, but in general, because of course being a college prep school at Lourdes, that should really be the objective overall, to get students to think more critically and more analytically. The Google Suite is going to be indispensable here. Every student has a Chromebook, and so in their Google Drive, they should create a folder for the course. It just makes life easier when things are organized, right? So students can go into their Google Drive, create a folder for global history, and then in that folder create a subfolder for each individual chapter if they want to take their organization to the next level. And that way they can easily access the different documents from the different chapters when they prepare for the midterm exam or the Regents exam. That's going to be more cumulative in nature. All assignments and work for class can be found on Canvas. Once again, they're organized into modules by chapter. I sort of pride myself on being hyper-organized, so everything should be relatively clear-cut as to what chapter it is and what assignments they are, and even going so far as to Put the title of the assignment, put homework in front of it if it is a homework assignment, so as there's no confusion. So anything needed for class can be found, can be accessed in Canvas. The grading structure, writing assignments such as essays and tests, that's going to be 40%. Quizzes will be 30% of the student's grade. Daily work and homework is 20%, and class participation will be the remainder, 10% of the student's grade. So once again, this is my email. Thank you for listening to this presentation today. And of course, should you have any questions, please let me know by dropping me an email. Have a great day.